Hey guys, what's up? It's Brian Hardy and welcome to another episode of Brian's Wrestling Collection. And today on the show, we've got a couple cool figures for you. We've got the King Harley Race Greatest Hits. We've got Brutus the Barber Beefcake Legends figure. We got Iron Sheik Legends figure. And we've got Terry Taylor the Red Rooster Legends figure. So without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, as you can hear in the background, I'm running Royal Rumbles on my television right now. On my big screen in the living room. But I've wanted this King Harley race, which is pure royalty himself, for quite a while, and I was glad that they redid a greatest hits figure of him. I'm just now getting around to this thing. This thing came out in 2023, so I'm about 3 years behind the times as normal, but it's okay. What's old is new again. So from Kansas City, Missouri, 6'1", 253 pounds, the diving headbutts, career highlights, Hall of Fame inductee, perhaps the toughest man to ever lace up a pair of boots. The King was crowned after winning the King of the Ring tournament in 1986. It's another one of those situations. I know it's touchy, but if that's the case, why didn't they put in career highlights NWA World Heavyweight Champion? Whatever, you know, it is what it is. So let's open up this Harley and take a look, man. I'm stoked about this. This is one that I definitely, like I said, I've wanted for a while. I had the Harley Race Jax figure, the Classics line. I had both the red and blue deal that he wore at Starrcade. I also had the King Harley Race figure. So this is pretty cool. Man, I don't even really want to, well, I was like, I really don't even want to take that off, but it kind of came off pretty easily. Man, this is a cool figure. Pretty dang awesome. Can't keep it on them. Well, I got to pull that plastic out of there in a little bit, but yeah, this is cool. And that's awesome. So, yeah, that is a good Harley Race figure, and I am very stoked about that. So I am like, man, this is cool. This is one that I've definitely wanted for a while. This tattoo looks awesome on his arm. Huge Harley Race fan. So awesome. Purple with the gold trim all over the sides of the tights. That's amazing. Up next, we're cutting and strutting on a former opponent of mine. One of my favorite matches ever. Me versus Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Let's check it out. So that last figure, Harley Race, I got at Toy Crazy, along with the Iron Sheik that I'm going to be showing off later on. I felt very excited about that. Like I said, I've been looking for this thing for quite a while, so great figure. Brutus the Barber Beefcake is next. World Tag Team Champion. Brutus the Barber Beefcake likes to do a little bit of cutting and a lot of strutting when it's time to throw down in the ring. The flamboyant Beefcake is as tough as they come. After falling to his dreaded sleeper hold, opponents would often find themselves with a fresh buzz cut courtesy of the Barber. Except for a guy like me, because I had already had a buzz cut when I wrestled Brutus. That was the only thing he wasn't happy about, is that I was bald at the time. It's all good, though. All right, so in this line, you got Cody Rhodes, Brutus the Barber, Beefcake, Virgil, Dusty Rhodes, and the Red Rooster. I did see the Virgil sitting on the shelf. I wanted to get that. I did not see the Dusty. The Red Rooster and Brutus is what I snagged up real fast while we were doing some Christmas shopping a few weeks back. Cody Rhodes, I had not seen his figure yet. I mean, I saw it online, but I had not seen it in person. So, I'm a huge Brutus fan. Always have been, always will be. And this is awesome. So this is recent. This is a Target exclusive. As you can see, Target now likes to put electronically protected tags on that because this world is crazy and humans are crazy and everybody just wants to help themselves to wrestling, because wrestling is awesome. So not just wrestling, they want to help themselves to everything in the world, but the thing is like, you know, I thought it was wild when I walked into Walmart and saw that they now had security, little like security tags or cameras or something in front of the wrestling figures, because people are stealing the belts out of the boxes, they're stealing the accessories out of the boxes. Some of them are buying them and literally taking them back home, pulling out the figure they want, and then sticking a crappy figure back in there, and then taking it back and returning it with the receipt, and people aren't even looking at the thing. It's a good thing I don't work at Walmart or Target or anything, because I would literally be like, This is wrong, brother. This is a Festus in this box here instead of a Brutus the Barber Beefcake. You know, like, I don't know. So stop doing that, people. It's not cool. All right, the shears. Man, these are cool. They actually move, unlike the ones from when we were little kids in the Hasbro series, where they were just stuck like that. But these ones actually cut. And this guy actually struts. All right, what do we got going on here? There's another one that's making its way to shelves right now as well, too. It's Brutus in yellow, and I'm stoked about that. Can't wait to get my hands on that. But this is the old school pink and white Barber. Awesome mullet going on, as you can see. He's got the bow tie. That does come off. And boom. It is your elite figure. So his hands are cool. Not only does he have just the regular hands, but then he's got his cutting and strutting, you know, or if you were a fan of AEW, you would say, yeah, you know. I like to keep it PG, but, you know, it's their deal. Billy Gunn's deal, you know. All right, up next, from Toy Crazy, it's Iron Sheik, Series 21. Let's do it. All right, the Iron Sheik, the former WWE champion and the former World Tag Team champion. You know me, I'd always say he's a WWF Tag Team champion, but I get why they do that on the back of the box. In this line, you got Hogan, Andre, Iron Sheik, Jimmy Hart. So this is pretty cool. After nearly breaking Bob Backlund's back with the dreaded camel clutch, the Iron Sheik ended an unprecedented 5-year-long championship reign. Now the new WWE champion, Sheik prepared himself to take on all challengers for his new title, all but one, the returning Hulk Hogan. The Iron Sheik entered Madison Square Garden as champion, but the rest is Hulkamania history. So that's cool. Always been a huge fan of the Iron Sheik. Everybody's got a Sheik story. I've got a couple, but my most favorite one took place in 2008 in Marley Station Mall. There was a place upstairs. I don't even remember the name of it. I know it's not called Legendary Inc. I don't remember what the heck it was called. Spacing. I don't know. Too many chair shots. Too many concussions. But there was a place upstairs in Marley Station Mall, right by the food court, as soon as you walked up those stairs, and Iron Sheik was doing a signing. Virgil was there that day, Iron Sheik Nikolai. I went out to go grab Nikolai from his car and walk him up to the place where the signing was. Obviously, Nikolai, longtime friend of my family. And Sheik was rolling in that day with Eric Sims. And the funniest thing was when Sheik was making his way through. This is cool, by the way. So this comes off. I'm just talking at the same time. Old school Sheiky baby right there. But, and obviously you always have to put the boots over. Sheik's walking through the mall. He walks up, he sees Alex, my kid, and literally says, "Oh, that's my grandbaby." And literally, I don't know, he was having a flashback. My kid reminded him of his grandbaby, and he refused to do anything unless my kid sat with him the entire autograph signing, which is legitimately 110% true. So here you've got Sheik and Nikolai at a table signing autographs. Right out front of the store, you have Virgil signing autographs. And Sheik and Nikolai are in there, and Sheik just has my kid set on the table next to him, and he signs an autograph. And, you know, he was very hard of hearing, and he couldn't spell that well. And, like, you know, if somebody said, you know, sign an autograph for Brian, how? Like, B-R-I-A-N, and then, you know, trying to keep it cool, but, you know, he says, Brian, like Brian Blair, and then he began to, like, berate and belittle, you know, as only Sheik can do, all in good-hearted, you know, spirits, but yeah, it was crazy. So that day, my kid literally got to hang out with Grandpa Sheik all day, which was pretty wild. But yeah, that's my really funny Sheik story. And up next, another guy that I'm no stranger to, Terry Taylor, the Red Rooster. Let's dive into it. Though he considered himself the cock of the walk, the Red Rooster found himself at the bottom of the pecking order in the Heenan family. Soon, the chickens came home to the roost for Bobby Heenan, and the Red Rooster learned how to fly on his own. So my first initial Red Rooster memory, obviously, is him and Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, which I cannot wait to get my hands on the Kurt Hennig figure that they just put out with the AWA title. Spoiler alert, that will be happening soon. I do not have it in my possession at the moment, but that is definitely a figure that I want to get my hands on. Same guys in this line. I never really went over the Harley race, who was on the back of the Harley race thing at the beginning. I don't want to knock a bunch of stuff over, but it's all good, whatever. So yeah, with this Red Rooster figure though, this was one that I had to have. This was definitely something that a few weeks ago when my son Owen said like, hey, they got the Red Rooster at Target, I was like, oh heck yeah, because I missed it on the last release. This is the second time they've put this figure out. Never got it the first time around. Always said I wanted it. Was never able to find it. And like I said, I'm just not one of those guys. I mean, if I really, really need it that bad, then I'll go on eBay. But eBay for me is more for figures that, aren't still in the store. So, if there's a figure out in the store, it means a lot more to me to find it and hunt it down myself than it does to have someone, say, hey man, I could pick it up for you today, or I could this and I could that, or whatever. I mean, I have friends that do that for me, which I do appreciate. And there's certain things I can't find, but like I feel like it's almost cheating if I go and buy it off of eBay or like some website rather than like the actual hunt of finding it in the store. So my Terry Taylor story while we're unboxing this is in 2010. I had a tryout with TNA. Same tryout that actually, I tell people all the time, that ended up scoring Robbie E. his contract doing the Jersey Shore gimmick at the time, which I was happy for Rob. I went on to wrestle Rob plenty of times after that. Now he is known as Robert Stone, and he's doing good things, and once again, just super happy for him. But back then, nobody knew our futures. Nobody knew our fate. Nobody knew what was in store for us, so I go down to King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, and I am checking into a hotel, and I'm in an office with myself, Terry Taylor. This is cool, man, by the way. He's got a little bit of Velcro on the jacket. There's got his body shape and everything. That's cool. The Red Rooster hairdo up top, boom. And then you've got the red boots that say RR on the side, and the Rooster on the back of the ring jacket. That's cool. So great figure, honestly. Very stoked to add it to my collection. But Terry Taylor, I'm in Terry Taylor's office. It's myself, Chuck Williams, Rocket Rebel, and Terry Taylor. And he told me what he wanted to see out of me that night, and it was a very, very good conversation. And I tried to go out and perform to the best of my ability. In that match, it was a tag team match. I did end up wrestling Jersey Kid, which is now known as Tarzan Duran, Randy Christie, and I also wrestled Matt Walsh, who had been freshly released from FCW, Florida Championship Wrestling, which was the WWE developmental territory at the time. And basically, after a very good conversation with Terry Taylor and a lot of insight and stuff like that, I went out to the ring. I did the match with the guys. I came back, and although I did not impress Terry Taylor that day, I don't want to say I didn't impress him either. That's not fair. Like I didn't make enough of an impression that, But then again, who was I kidding? I was like 125 pounds soaking wet. Now I'm currently 225. I had no look. I had no crazy hair. I had no nothing. I was just your plain Jane, bland kid that was wondering at that age why I didn't get signed to a TNA contract. But in my opinion, I had a lot more to offer now than I did back then. So I don't blame him, and like I said, I was happy for Robbie E. getting signed that way. But at the same time, it was cool to interact with Terry Taylor. And although I did not impress Terry Taylor the way that I wanted to, that is a story in my book that I always talk about where I walked through the curtain and Superfly Jimmy Snuka is standing there, and he goes, "Brother," he said, "I originated high flying, but tonight you perfected it." And that was cool. And that was a little bit of flowers from the Superfly in a time when I had bet on myself as I always do, gambled on myself as I always do, and took a chance, and that chance unfortunately did not pay off. But in other regards it did, because it made lifelong friendships. I got to meet people that still to this day I'm friends with and things of that nature. But yeah, that was my one interaction with Terry Taylor. All good things. So, but I love the Red Rooster. I think the character was cool, and I think it's a great figure. So guys, thanks for watching another episode of Brian's Wrestling Collection. This was kind of just a cool fig haul. Harley Race, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Iron Sheik, Red Rooster. And until next time, guys, you know what to do. Keep watching the channel, like and subscribe, watch. And until the next episode, which we do have a lot of good stuff coming up, Crazy Hair Day, keep on slamming.
Wrestling collection.